this is what we call a two-minute start or an old-fashioned start. Right? There's three main things you got to know about this. First, your feet should be about shoulder width apart. Second, you're going to grab down onto the block and your hands should be on the outside of your feet. All right? When the starter says go, you got to really make sure you got a really good explosion off the block with your feet. Take your mark. Go. Alright, this next start, which is popular in the track world and it's made its way over to the swimming world, is now pretty much what everybody uses, including Michael Phelps. It's called a track start. With this, it'll be much like you're starting doing a track meet. You're going to have one foot with your toes curled around the edge, like so, and the other foot's going to be placed behind you. Right, so what you really want to try doing in here is getting your one foot up, really pushing off that one foot. This will show you here. Watch the explosion out of her left leg. Swimmers, take your mark. Go! Alright, the next important start, once you explode off the block, is entering the water. There's a couple things you want to remember. First is you want to enter in a tight streamline, try to make your body as tight as possible. The second is you want to try to enter through one hole. You got to imagine there's like a hula hoop in the water. And you got to try to get your hands, head, hips, and feet all through that same hole. Create the least amount of splash. Lisa's going to demonstrate a bad dive here. Right. Watch how her legs are apart and how she doesn't enter through the same hole. Swimmer, take the mark. Go. Now Lisa is going to demonstrate a good quality dive, right? I want you to watch how her legs aren't wide apart and how she comes into one hole. Swimmer, take the mark. Go. Once you have an awesome dive, that's great, but if you want to win a race, you got to make sure you take your awesome dive and make it into your start when you start swimming. The first thing, if you dive, have an awesome dive, go through one hole and end up at the bottom of the pool and then have to swim back up, that's not going to help. What you got to really make sure is you have a nice shallow dive coming in the water. When you pop up, make sure you go from the streamline and start swimming as fast as you can right away. If you come out slow, that's going to hurt and your dive's not going to be any good. Also make sure you start kicking right away too, okay? Especially when you hit the water, start with a good butterfly kick like this. Alright, then break into your regular freestyle. Alright, Lisa's going to show us here. Watch how she gets a really good kick going and breaks out and moves her arms really fast. Swimmers, take your mark. Go! If you ever watch the Olympics, they have things called relays where 4 different swimmers all take part in a race together. They have 2 different kinds. You have a medley, which is when all different strokes are swam, and then you have just a freestyle relay. There's also different lengths of relays. Here we're going to demonstrate how you do a relay start, where you kind of get a head start instead of where you just go from a stationary position. Helping us with this dive is Julie DeVincent. She's also on the Windsurf swim team. Instead of this one, as you can see her set up, her feet are back. Instead of being up in front of the block, she's going to step back. As she watches the swimmer come in, she's going to take 2 steps forward to get a moving start before she dives in. Lisa's going to swim in here in a second, and we're going to demonstrate what a good start, or what a slow start, a way too fast start, and a good start all look like.
Powering down to the wall. Chris Fiedler in next for the Australians. Check that time, 48.18.
Come da porta picchita va bene, se tu la parla miezza americano. Quando si fa l'amore sotto la luna, come te viene in capo di I love you. Papà l'americano.
Remember, never dive in shallow water.